Hey, fellow babies, welcome to the 42 show, where we take logic and reason and stuff them in a fucking broom closet to make room for whiskey.
Nice one.
Hit me at the last second, just before we were ready.
I like it.
Yeah. So, get a drink, get yourself all ready, and we'll bring you a whole bunch of news that you didn't really need, but it's good and entertaining. So why the hell not, right?
Well, it's not always entertaining, but we try our best.
We try.
If you're really hungry, get yourself a little Indian guy to chew on.
Yummy.
Yeah, because this is quite a sad story. A man with an obsession with tigers was mauled to death by an endangered white cat after jumping into its moat at a zoo in India. Maqsood Khan entered the white tiger enclosure at New Delhi Zoo despite repeated warnings from security. Horrified onlookers were quick to record the incident on their phones rather than
who was recording it on a phone with a green screen from an Apple II? Why does this picture look that way?
It's because it's heavily zoomed in. I'm hearing a bit of noise. I'm just going to move my phone. Hang on. Causing some issues.
Yeah.
Go away, phone. Right. Yes. So where were we? Yeah. So a bunch of people were quick to record their phones after the 22-year-old came face to face with 7-year-old VJ. Funny, that's the same name as my accountant. But chilling footage shows VJ staring at the imposter for 15 minutes. The cat is just staring at him and just like pawing, and he's just like, trying to shoo it away. He's crouched down on the ground, all curled up. The tiger is just like flipping him like it's like a feather on a stick. But witnesses began to shout and pelt it with stones in a bid to distract the tiger. But then, unfortunately, it grabs Khan by the neck and then just drags him right across the enclosure where he was just mauled and killed.
Wow.
A witness said he raced to the enclosure after hearing screams to see Khan locked in the tiger's jaws, writhing badly in pain. He kept suffering for the next 10 to 15 minutes, but nobody helped him.
What are you going to do? Aside from killing the tiger, what are you going to do?
Well, that's the thing. That the zoo official said that during that time, the guard at the tiger enclosure sounded the alarm and sent an emergency message by radio, yet witnesses said it took 15 to 20 minutes for additional zoo staff to arrive to the scene. By then, it was too late.
Holy!
Tiger morsels. Yeah, it's quite a horrific video, and we're not going to show it if you want to go and find it.
No.
Yeah, it is out there, and the tiger just literally picks him up like a rag doll and just drags him into the bushes, and then just munches on him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why? What? Number one,
why
would you go in there? Number two, how is it possible to get in there? There's
a little fence. And then it's one of those sort of enclosures that drops down. So there's like a 20-foot drop.
Yeah,
and there's supposed to be a moat there, but it's India, so there's no water in it. Unless
people have to pee.
And I don't know. I mean, he was obsessed with tigers. Maybe, potentially, he could have had some kind of mental issues. Maybe he was autistic, ADHD, somewhere on the spectrum, and just did not consider it. Because quite often you see people with tigers and they're just like, stroking them and cuddling them and all that kind of stuff. But these are wild animals.
Yeah, man, that's holy fucking scary.
Yeah. So just got to point out, this is a warning to CF Beauty, who's just been a foster parent to a cat. So just watch out.
Yeah, watch how you rub that pussy you just come up with.
Yeah. So let's move on to some lighter news, I guess.
We got Blue Neptune rejoined. It says welcome Shill Apprentice in the shout out thing, but Blue Neptune's many months a member. So thank you again. I don't know how that pop-up came around, because in my records your thing renewed yesterday, so I don't know what YouTube is doing. And then Crazy Cat 1 came in and gifted a membership. Yeah, and it actually
who is the lucky loser?
we actually know this time. Martin Lai got it. And then Crazy Cat 1 came in and gifted another membership. And it went to Scott Prison. So welcome, everybody, and huge thanks, Crazy Cat 1. Thank you very much.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Yeah, welcome. So let me
come
switch
say hi in
over
the
here.
chat.
Yeah. So NASA's $85 million helicopter on Mars, its little flying thing, it's officially over. It's flown its last mission. You can see the small thing in front there. It's broken. It's not happening anymore. I think this is a really sad moment. We sent a remote control flying thing to a planet that has a wisp of an atmosphere. It flew, and with like an 8-minute average delay for signal to go there and come back.
Yeah,
and
it's
whatnot,
totally autonomous. Yeah.
right? It did it. And it worked amazing. Hats off to you. I think you did well.
70 missions. But
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 83 million for a drone?
Yeah, that's
Bloody hell.
But
That's pricey.
But you probably have to include all the research and development to make it fly in that whisper thin atmosphere, right? Because that's the real issue, I would think, right? How do you get lift?
And not to mention a really good iPhone connection so you could view it on your screen.
That's true. The FaceTime was a little glitchy, but it worked out pretty good.
Fantastic. Well done, NASA. Brilliant mission. Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. Very well. And I'm excited because now we've got, now that there's success with the first one, expensive success for sure, but that's, shooting things off into space is not exactly cheap, right? If it was, we'd put all the flat earthers on rockets and get rid of their punk asses, right? But, such is life. So here
we could feed them to tigers.
Yeah,
that's cheaper.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's a great use of because you don't have to go all Soylent Green or anything like that. Then So here, feast your eyes on this.
Gazoink. Yes, a curvy model has told airlines that they need to get bigger seats after moaning she couldn't fit her bum into the seats.
That's not what we're looking at.
No. Gracie Bond, she's a pretty girl. She's from Panama. Took her Instagram page to moan about the situation. She shared a video with her 4.5 million followers. No wonder she's got so many followers. Look.
It can't get away. There's gravity there. I mean, once you get close to her, you just find yourself in orbit. If I go back here, there is right now a hummingbird orbiting one of those breasts, and it just can't get away.
Yeah, but you just go to the middle of the picture. Just a face. Yeah, pretty girl, pretty face.
Yeah.
You would not imagine that was Jupiter-sized bum was like, no, here's the thing. Now, she said, she's complaining that, that it's not her fault. That she's got a big bum. Yes, it is, sweetheart. That is not natural. You have pumped God knows what's into that to make it that size. I can't go with this. Oh, it's not my fault. I can't go with it.
She's turned what should be an ass into the Matterhorn Mountain by pure steroid or whatever injections or something. What the hell?
Well, we do have a little video of her father. If you think I'm sexy, you want my body, come on, Harry, let me know. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's actually Richard Simmons, but
yeah, the Brits in the chat will recognize him.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, if you're just gonna pump yourself full of crap, you can't complain. It's not like the people. We do know there are obese people out there, and in some cases it's not their fault. Most of the time it is because they just eat too much. Yeah. But pumping yourself full of crap into your bum.
Does anybody? I personally believe it's true, but does anybody else guess that she's a Black Eyed Peas fan?
Oh, and wouldn't you guess it? She's an OnlyFans person. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope you got a big screen to watch her.
Oh, she could just bend over and you could project it right there.
God.
Never mind that little smudge in the middle. You know.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, AI is, you know, the thing right now. You know, you can't get away from it anywhere. So, what do you think is a really good use of AI? Exactly. Making sure you're old enough to buy alcohol in supermarkets. What? Why don't you just call Sally over? It'll only take a minute, you know? I mean, but seriously, they're going to use AI to decide if you can buy booze in supermarkets.
Do you know what's going to happen? Is there's going to be a surge in beards being sold to teenagers.
Yeah.
How much for the beard?
Yeah, wrinkle kits and whatnot, right? You know, an instant melanoma kit. That way you can, give yourself some Morgan Freeman dots or something, right?
That old man who just bought a load of booze and then just whizzed off on a skateboard. I'm not too sure about the AI.
Never seen a senior citizen with their pants hanging down past their ass.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I just don't get it. Something blonde in the chat says AI is good for radiology. Yeah, we had that up recently where the AI actually proved to be better at reading radiology scans and whatnot than doctors on average. That's crazy.
Yes.
But this will screw up for sure because it's intended to keep minors away from alcohol. So it's going to fail. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Life finds a way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Now, I personally think this is more like hopped up cough syrup, and you shouldn't need ID for it. But
yes, yeah. Well, never mind teenagers. If the AI is blocking you from enjoying a tipple, the Pope Francis has declared booze is a gift from God. The 87-year-old pontiff said,
Drunk.
wine, pissed at Pope. Yeah. He said, wine is a gift from the Almighty and has been handed to us because we make it a true source of joy. He joked to his audience, this seems like a drunk Pope. Oh, look at it. Look at that glass he's got there. He's knocking it back.
The only thing missing is the dribble they edited out on Photoshop, right?
Oh, that's one hell of a brandy he's got there. But this is his blessing to alcohol comes days after he proclaimed that sexual pleasure is also a gift from God. Italian winemakers cheered his words of wisdom.
I can only imagine the Pope standing up in a gay bar with a double shot of whiskey telling everybody that sexual pleasure is a gift from God. You fucking confused old git.
Now lick it. lick the papal ring.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's going to get very, very confused, isn't it? You've lost me lovely train of thought now. But yeah. He said back in 2016 that wine was a key part of a wedding celebration. Is it? Okay.
I think it's more about the honeymoon, but sure.
A wedding party where there's no wine makes the newlyweds ashamed. Imagine you finish the wedding party drinking tea.
What about people who don't drink, you drunken old...
You're in league with the devil if you do that. What orange juice? You Satanist.
Take two people who don't drink and get them hopped up on wine at their wedding. That's going to go really well, you moron.
Yeah. Or that alcoholic has finally managed to kick the habit. And said, no, you got to drink.
Exactly.
By the end of it,
but I got my 90-day chip.
Just turn it into a right brawl. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, thanks, Pope. Cheers, mate. I'm glad you said it's okay because I wasn't listening to you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When it comes to
the Pope.
Yeah, when it comes to advisors for my life, I don't follow the Pope because, that whole thing with choir boys, I'm just not into that.
Oh, BJC there in the chat says, has the Pope been sponsored?
Exactly, yeah. Brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon, right? Can you imagine the white trash turning, or the Pope turning to the camera? I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. South Park joke.
I'm sure the Pope drinks Blue Nun. he's probably had a few of them in his time. But also the Pope was he also said after he was praising wine and sexual freedom and stuff like that, he also said, well, thank heavens for little girls. Yeah, all went round, all went a bit sour then.
Yeah. He was heard, to him. Yeah, he was heard slurring his words, saying, would somebody refill my fucking cup? Yeah.
Well, that's enough from the Pope desk. Let's move on.
So
what we got next? AI?
Well, no, I got a really weird story because at first you're going to go good, and then you're going to go, wait, what the hell? So the NSA in America has finally admitting to spying on Americans by purchasing sensitive data, not collecting it themselves, but purchasing it. So where are they purchasing it, you might ask? Good question. You know where they're purchasing it from? Is online sources and stuff like, the people like Facebook and Twitter and stuff that actually track us. And so it's bad that the NSA collects that data to use against you, but it's fine for Zuckerberg and everybody to collect it. It's no big deal. I'm so lost here. I don't understand. You know what I mean? What the hell? Excuse me, Mr. Zuckerberg, would you like to be richer? Because, we're lazy government officials and we don't want to work anymore. Yeah, sure. Here's the data. Why is it the NSA that's in trouble?
Yeah, the NSA now that Douglas Tweedle had a Starbucks on Wednesday. Ooh, we got him now. We got him now.
No, he's a fucking caramel lover. Get him. Hey, what?
Mind you, they should have bought it from China. Really, that's where all the good information goes.
Yeah, exactly, especially for banking. Ooh.
Yeah. That is funny though. Oh, you naughty NSA! No. They just bought it because it was freely available.
I know. Everybody else is buying it and using it to stuff advertisements down our throat, but God forbid the government gets their hands on it. Yeah. Doesn't that just mean that they're so late to the party?
Well, I mean, I don't even too sure what they're going to do with it. Unless the NSA are going to start targeting ads up for you as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you're in your next Amazon shop and it'll be like, oh, the NSA thinks you might like this.
Yeah. Or building a bomb, feeling a bit guilty. Call this hotline.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, if you're confused like me, put it in the live chat because I don't understand why them being late to the party makes them bad and everybody else fine. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did you get it? Why did they acquire it? Like, why don't we take the? No, they all got drunk with the Pope. Couldn't be bothered.
It's funny.
So, you think you know Elmer Fudd? You don't.
Bestiality's best, boys. Bestiality's best, because locals in a small village in Thailand are all pointing the finger at one another as bestiality fears mount after a mutant calf with a human head was born. I'm not too sure it's a human head, but it's got a head of some kind.
If that's human, I've been sleeping with something really weird.
You probably have. The weird-looking calf was born on a farm in Thailand, but didn't survive for long. It did survive long enough to stoke the rumours of a curious tryst between man and beast.
For fuck's sakes, really?
But scientists quickly dashed those rumours, explaining that human DNA is too different from bovine to create any offspring, mutant or not. But you can have a damn good try.
It's still worth a shot.
The rumor mill continued to churn despite the science. One local pondered, "It's a half child." Another exclaimed skeptically, "I've got to ask, did anybody romp with a cow?" Well, it certainly wasn't a bull.
Its number is 333. It's a little beast.
Yeah. It's a 50% number of the beast. Yeah. Yeah, there are a number of people that believe this because they read too much nonsense, asserted and Ninit. That's why they say education is very important. What sex education? I'm not too sure.
At this point, it could be education on how to treat your cow better. I'm so lost here. I still say it's Elmer Fudd, and they got some splaining to do.
Poor little piggy cow face.
Weird looking thing, yeah, for sure. I'm surprised somebody didn't claim it's the chupacabra. That's usually how it goes.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
but it was Thailand. It was Thailand, not Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they probably have their own strange little, myths and legends and stuff too. So we've been reporting about AI and deep fakes and stuff for a while now. And there's been all kinds of cases where people that aren't super rich and famous have been deep faked and whatnot, and nobody really cared. But now we've got real people that give a rat's ass because it happened to Taylor Swift. Oh no.
Who's that?
Yeah,
OnlyFans girl, is it?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think she's famous for pantyhose and belly buttons. I don't really know how it works. Yeah,
she's got some jizz dingling.
In her pictures, it looks like she's a swimmer because she's got these outfits that look like bathing suits all the time. I don't get it either.
Oh, but poor old Tay-Tay.
Yeah, so an image of Taylor Swift was deep faked by, now this is a little bit disturbing, a group on Telegram dedicated to sharing abusive images of women. Right?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so these are eunuchs where they sliced off the testicle sack and also slid off the man's sausage. And they're just like, holy God, I got to sit to pee now. Because there's no other reason that you could partake in this kind of behavior if you ever wanted to, say hello to a member of the opposite sex, right? Because this is twisted shit. You're screwed up. Get help. Tell your mother she did a terrible job, or stop dreaming of your mother in weird ways. I'm not sure how that works. I don't want to go into it. But finally, people give a rat's ass about it because it happened to somebody famous. So there's some governor person and whatnot that's flipping out right now over it, probably because, she's my favorite masturbation toy and you're ruining it for me. Creepy government creep or whatever. But they're now starting to look at legislation and so on and whatnot that would, lead to laws and whatnot. Now, I'm one of these people who every time something new comes up in life, we got to spend $5 million, doing all kinds of arguing and blah, blah, to make a new law that is basically just an old law reworded for modern times. Like, you can't stalk somebody. Okay, that means that you shouldn't be able to stalk me digitally online. Oh no, we need a whole new law for that. Why? It's the same goddamn thing, So
yeah, I did see on this article that someone was basically saying that the whole process of deep faking should be criminalized. And it's like, what?
No,
you can't do that. Otherwise you're gonna have to, arrest half of Industrial Light and Magic.
Well, are you gonna take Weird Al and flog him and draw him and quarter him for making parody songs? I mean, no.
Yeah,
but it's ill intent and whatnot, right? There's that's that blanket mentality of just cut it off for everybody is like Christianity trying to say that sexuality doesn't belong in music. Or something stupid, right?
Well, the Pope does.
Yeah, especially when he's drunk. I mean, Jesus.
But yeah, no, it's definitely some form of abuse, and I'm sure there are levels of law that can deal with it in the right way. But the thing is anything like on the internet, the law just like falls apart anyway because people are just useless at being able to follow it up.
Yeah.
Unless you have like names and dates and like that, but so much is anonymous, you can't even follow people, track them down. So that's how they get away with it.
And your average mid to low level lawyer is only good at navigating Pornhub and OnlyFans. So, I mean, we got to give them a break, I guess. I'm just, But yeah, so at least people give a rat's ass. But it sucks that it takes some whiny celebrity to make it worth doing something about. What's wrong with the rest of the citizens? I bet, Mr. Governor, you had somebody that got screwed over by something like this big time in your area of influence, and you didn't give a rat's ass then.
No. This is not a new thing. This is not a new thing. It's been going on for quite a while.
Yeah, it's probably made by this fucking guy.
Yeah, the mad mayor, the big mad mayoral candidate claims that he believes aliens have been here a long time. Shyam Batra, who's standing as an independent candidate in the London mayoral.
You can see he's independent. There's nobody with him.
Well, he's got someone taking a picture. He's on a transformational agenda. Said aliens are blending into our communities. The wannabe politician who styles himself as the ambassador for hope. Posted on social media that they live way longer. God knows where he's getting all this information. Writing on Facebook last year, he posted that I have said all along, aliens have been here a long time. They're also blending into our communities without us knowing and live way longer. Is he talking about aliens or just like illegal aliens?
At this point, I'm not sure. Let's ask Homer Simpson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect transition. Now you want to. What we should do that video is have it reverse. Who's coming out of them like an alien? Yeah, but the property and finance broker, 62 from Uxbridge, northwest London, has described himself as a self-proclaimed no-nonsense, common-sense man. Said the man who believes
not wearing that
exist.
fucking tie. He's not.
What a dork. I mean, honestly, if you're going to try to get me mayor of London, you've got to come up with much crazier schemes than that.
Yeah, you gotta scruff your hair up, put on a few pounds, and make yourself look like that scruffy drunk that just stumbled out of the after hours club.
Yeah,
right, Boris?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sadiq Khan is our current mayor, and he's mad as a hat. But yeah, all right, okay. Thanks for trying, mate. Goodbye.
Yeah. Go back to that creeper camper van that nobody wants around schools. All right, So we'll flip over now to Musquatch 2024.
Dum 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 dum.
And the jury says Donald Trump must pay an additional $83.3 million to Jean Carroll in the defamation case. So yeah, during closing arguments, he just got up and stormed out. And then he showed up again. And then as it was the final reading or whatever was being done, like you, sir, and your toupee are guilty. He left the building again. And he does go on to say it's absolutely ridiculous. And let me just get this right here, because you got to convey the meaning of the person. So he went on to say,
our legal system is out of control and being used as a political weapon.
I wish you could do that in the voice of Daffy Duck. Ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, I used to be able to do his voice, but if I did it right now, I would just spray all over the camera. I can't. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so
silly doof.
Yeah, and this, if you don't recall, is over the thing where he called her a liar and damaged her reputation after she accused him of sexual assault. So he says, you're a liar for accusing me of sexual assault. And now the court says, oh, you're paying out $83 million. So I think Donald Trump might be a little bit like Billy Clinton and maybe has an issue with cigars and what you're really supposed to do with them.
He certainly seems to have a problem with the truth, shall we say, whether things are lies or not. You know, he's a pretty good liar himself.
Something Blonde adds in the chat, too. The court also said he raped her. So,
oh, God.
Yeah, holy mother of God. So why is he paying $83 million instead of just instantly going to jail without a get out of free card? How is the jury says, oh, it's probably civil versus criminal, two different types of trials. I remember this because of OJ from years ago, right? Yeah. I bet that's what's going on. Somebody let me know in the live chat there. It's gotta be, right? Is it tea time?
Yes. It's tea time. The US, well, should I say, the UK declares war on the United States of America. The US Embassy has further inflamed transatlantic tensions with the UK after an American professor suggested what should go in a cup of tea. Dr. Michelle Francie, who works at the Brian Mayer College, Pennsylvania, suggested that the first step to making a perfect cuppa was to add a pinch of salt. Which went down, went down like a lead balloon. Angry tea drinkers have taken issue with not only the notion of salt in a brew, but the audacity of an American telling British how to make their drink.
Was this a joke like Gandhi? I'm going to put this tea in my salt and with it I'll shake the foundations of the British Empire kind of thing? Or is this just an idiot who thinks, oh, you put a little salt on top of really crappy coffee in a percolator to make it not bitter, so I'm going to do that with crappy tea?
I don't know what Americans, these Americans do. However, in an attempt to prevent further trouble between the US and the UK, the US Embassy in London inflamed matters with their statement. The US Embassy will continue to make tea in the proper way by microwaving it.
Oh! That's not tea. That's the kind of crap you can get by pouring water through a 3-day worn sock.
So you can imagine this is, started off a war on X or Zeta. Salt in tea and then microwaving it? I'm not sure, but I think this is a declaration of war.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's like making hot chocolate with cold milk chocolate powder and water.
And just scraping a coal over the top of it, just finely grated. Yeah. So today's media reports of an American professor's recipe for the perfect cup of tea has landed our special bond with the United Kingdom in hot water. Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say?
That's like, imagine this playing out in a trailer park somewhere in America. Honey, we're out of coffee filters. Well, then grab one of Junior's socks from the top drawer. Make it one of the more crusty ones. That's just...
So in the final statement, somebody said, let us unite in our steeped solidarity and show the world that we can, when it comes to tea, we stand as one.
That's funny. That's funny. Just a little top off on that. I let my kettle boil and then I let it sit for a second, so there's no scolding of the tea. I try to get the temperature just right. Yes. You don't just roll boil over it. No. Back off. Treat your tea nice.
And the same thing with people who actually do drink instant coffee, like me. You got to be careful not to just like burn the crap out of it. Put a bit of milk in first. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And you get a lovely creamy cup of coffee. Great. That's my recipe.
Yeah. So
on from recipe tips.
Yeah, no, you're right though. Let's say you live in Russia right now and you want to make sure without a shadow of a doubt that your life expectancy is now hours or days instead of years. What do? You challenge Putin for leadership.
Wow.
I anticipate that this man will be dead in 30 days or something, right? Sadly. But
yes,
He is being written in, like people are protesting and sending things in. These are the reports. I'm hoping they're true. They're on some pretty credible news sites now, so I do believe this to be correct. But people are writing in to say, let this man be on the ballot. So the Kremlin and the officials, whoever, they could say, no, you're not allowed to be on the ballot. But I wouldn't doubt that very soon he's yet another Russian who failed to close their window before falling out of it. But he's like, let's see, where is it here? He wants to, he thinks that the aggression against Ukraine has to be stopped. He says, where is it here? I should have highlighted it. I forgot. But he wants to pull the whole thing out and stop it. And he wanted to do something else. And then he wanted to restart discussions with the West to try to get things under control. And, he wanted to stop the, what is it called? Conscription of Russian people to the military. I was going to say subscription. I'm like, God, I know that's not the one. It's just what it always comes out around here, right? And he sounds like he might have a head on his shoulder, but he could be a fat sack of lies and just be saying that to get support and then turn around and say, actually, every one of you should go off to a gulag. I don't know.
Got to start somewhere. There's not a lot of trust in Russia at the minute, so
I will say I do think in my heart that he's true, because you got to have balls of freaking steel to stand up and be this guy in Russia right now.
Yeah, and I hope he's got a decent security detail with him. I mean, this does concern me actually, Dick, because you've been talking to me the last couple of days that at your complex they're having some new windows fitted. It's not by a Russian bloke by any chance, is it?
Well, turns out Vladislav, he seemed like an okay guy, so I just
he's got big hands. Don't stand too close to the windows. That's what I'm saying.
Don't stand so close to me. Okay, so we got our bye-byes and everything in the credits. Good night, fellow babies. Remember, we got the 42 later minutes show. I can't even say it right.
Yes.
We got the 42 minutes after show coming up literally within minutes of the credits ending. Stick around for the end of the credits. There's a redirect, and we've got all our thank yous coming up right now. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you in a minute.
Thank you. Bye.
Boom. And we got a huge thanks to CF Beauty, who runs the teams in the background for us, moderator team and the research team and everybody and so on. So that team is BME, Skitscratcher, PJ CNET, Something Blonde, and NA and Maya Atkinson hanging out with us as well. We give a special shout to Shayna as well, because her daughter's in the hospital after an ankle surgery. So massive hearts in the chat for Shayna. Get well soon, honey.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for all your memberships, your super chats, and all the donations, all those lovely stuff to help keep the things going around here, keeps the light on and all that kind of stuff. And, if you don't mind doing this sort of thing, you could also subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Like the videos, make sure you like the videos, and share them out. Please, God, share them out. Tell everybody about the Shills. You've got to see the Shills because they're so silly and so great. So, something like that. You could try. Anyway. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you in the after show. Stay shitty, everybody.
After show starts at 4:20, so arm up. You know what to do. Later, fellow babies. Back in a minute.
Bye.